Chapter 9, Work Teams and Groups. When you think of a group, it basically is two or more people with common interests, objectives, continuing interaction. A work team is an example of a group. People usually have different skills and they're focused on a goal. Characteristics of a well-functioning, effective group: groups aware, people express, one view of group development is Tuckman's, and it has 5 stages: forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Breaking that out a little bit more, forming is your first stage. Storming, you're kind of getting to know each other, intergroup conflict. Norming, you're starting to develop some cohesiveness. 4th stage, you're accomplishing what you're there to do. And depending on the group, if it's a temporary group, you will adjourn. If it's a permanent group, you will end after the performing stage and continue with the group. You won't have an adjourning stage. Thinking about some questions. Any group you've been in, did you go through 4 and continue, or did you go to stage 5 and adjourn? Think of some examples. This is a visual of what the group starts to look like. Group behavior. When you think about norms, they are things we do and follow. They can be written, they cannot be written. Group cohesion, that glue that makes that group stick together. Social loafing. This is where you have a group member that isn't contributing. Think about group projects for schools, group projects at work. This does occur. Loss of individuality, another term I've seen for this is group dynamics, and it's where you tend to go with the crowd. So what are some of their development issues? Types of groups. Formal groups that are assigned and identified. Informal groups, unofficial, evolve, like a lunch group. Diversity is necessary and can be an issue, both positive and negative, of a formal group. Another view of group development. All groups don't necessarily progress linearly, as we described in the earlier 5 stages. They will sometimes have periods where they're kind of not doing much, and then something will happen to make it much more active. A mature group. They have a mission. This is very important. They know what the standards and norms are. High connection, flexible strata structure, if you think about behavioral norms, well understood by the group, they evolve. Some are written, some are unwritten. Group cohesion, the glue. A group will be influenced on how cohesive they are by how long have they been together, large group, small group, external pressure. Status structure. Is it a group where you have two managers and subordinates? Is it all managers? Is it a combination of both mixed up? Hierarchical or egalitarian or democratic? And good teams, good work teams, good groups will tend to share leadership. Group member styles. The integrator, contributor, collaborator, communicator, challenger. Task and maintenance functions. Task, activities get the job done. Maintenance, kind of keeping things going. Very similar to the definition of each of the words. Examples, tasks, maintenance functions. Work teams. They're task-oriented, and they can address areas with complications, complexity, interrelatedness. There's lots of things that can be done with a team where an individual has more difficulty accomplishing. When you think about teams, say 30 years ago, there was a leader, followed. You were a member, but it was kind of more dictatorial in a way. Today, it's a lot more equality, brainstorming, creativity. So you've got work team structure plus work team process gives you work team effectiveness. So what is work team structure? Goals and objectives, operating guidelines, performance measures, specification of roles. Work team process, managing cooperative behaviors, trust, positive interdependence. Competitive behaviors, play fair, competition, positive situations. Quality teams and quality circles, these are very active these days in many, many companies. Quality team is part of the organization. A quality circle tends to be a small group of employees, usually voluntarily, and they are addressing very specific quality issues within their departments. My exposure, they've been very successful. Social benefits of groups and work teams. Psychological intimacy and integrated involvement. Diversity and dissimilarity in teams. Dissimilarity influences. It's kind of the diversity we bring. One person may not be the best attendee. Another person will have high self-esteem, low self-esteem. a lot of different connections. The dissimilarity can be both positive and negative. High self-esteem may be a positive. Absenteeism could be a negative. Creativity in teams. Different types of things that you can go through with that creativity. Training facilitators, changing up memberships, electronic brainstorming, building playground, teamwork. Successful teamwork takes working together, team diversity, and empowerment skills. Self-managed teams, they tend to be teams that will make decisions that were once reserved for managers, and they will be a little bit more autonomous. Upper echelons, they will be some top-level management teams. Their values that they incur in these teams should filter down through the organization. A successful senior team collectively captures a diversity of attributes related to vision, task mastery, stewardship, and facilitation. So a managing team environment, you will have managers that will interact with teams both ways, managers and individuals and teams. The triangle for managing new team environment.